When the baby latches onto the teat, like you saw in that picture, yeah. When you see the baby latch onto the teat, that makes the mother produce a second chemical that blocks the pitocin. So it won't normally birth back to back. But, it's a leglet, it's two front legs, no back legs, no tail, no eye, so it doesn't make it 100% of the time to the pouch. If the baby does not make it to the pouch, it takes 2 days for mom to build up enough pitocin to induce labor again. After 2 days, fire 2, birth from the second uterus. Kangaroos are marsupials. Marsupials have 2 uteruses. They're always pregnant in both uteruses basically all the time. They do have to be refertilized for each subsequent pregnancy, but birthing something the size of a jelly bean is not a traumatic delivery, and they generally breed back the same day or the next day. So in 2 uteruses and overlapping pregnancies, they will literally be pregnant every day for the rest of their lives. All right, so if the first one does not make it to the pouch, 2 days later, fire 2. If the first one does make it to the pouch, what happens to the second? What happens to the second is embryonic diapause. It will not progress, it will not regress. It will be essentially like a suspended animation for days, weeks, months, or years until mom is ready to deliver again. Since she breeds back same day, next day, that means that within 33 days, she's now got 2 on deck, ready to deliver anytime, 2 days notice. There are 2 things that make the female ready to deliver again. Number 1, if whatever baby she is nursing stops nursing, that takes the blocker off the pitocin, 2 days later, birth another baby. Number 2, they are designed to birth as many babies as they can nourish and no more. So if the female gets overweight, literally too high body fat content, it will double up the production of pitocin to bypass the blocker and birth another baby right away. If the baby that is currently nursing has already gone from colostrum to milk, the second teat will start over with colostrum while the first teat continues to make milk. That is the only animal I'm aware of that can make 2 different products with 2 teats at the same time. The females, you are breeding children to have babies. The female just has to be bred before it's 2 years old or it will never breed in its life. They don't complete the development of their reproductive system until they're active. If they're not active before 2, it will never happen. So our females that are outside only weigh around 45, 50 pounds with a max of 80 to 110, and they're already all reproductive. So, and if they weren't bred by 2, they would never have a baby ever. So that's a pretty weird thing with a kangaroo. All right, I'm going to make the bottles now. You guys are welcome to play with these. Well, I get the bottle. Actually, I need some of these big bottles. This one is Max. This one actually is not my kangaroo. A kangaroo breeder saw us doing who's good boy with our big boy outside. You come up and say, who's good boy, who's good? Come up and give you a kiss. That's very not normal for a male kangaroo. He's like, what is this black magic? I must have one. So he sent me this one to raise from him our way so that he can have a friendly breeding male kangaroo.
So this is your name?
No, my male's outside. This is someone else. I'm raising this one for someone else because he wanted to have a friendly male. And someone had one unique neck. They have a musk gland right here. How can you use big size?
No, I don't want to decide with her.
No. That's only the males. If they're boxing like this, that's friendly like, but like teenage boys, they go from friendly to game on with quickness. If they're in defensive mode, they lean back onto their tail and they can orient, deliver, blow, captivity though, they live a long time and they can get to be 20 and they never stop growing. So in captivity they can get just plain years. And when you see the pictures online of the kangaroos, those are not Photoshop. They really get like that.
I've seen those, yeah. I have, but no
I say that I'm focused on growing a record kangaroo. All this, take a picture if you want. We're going to go back over the river right there.
You need to take a picture?
Underneath my legs.
I'm sure
Under the front legs, take a picture
like baby, like all like that.
What's funny?
Graceland's the license what?
Rehab wildlife, and people outside picked up a baby squirrel.
That's what Ellie has.
She knows how I feel about that, so that's why she's sneaking. Nothing checks in. So, yeah. So if we get a head start, that's great, but you know, our main thing is benefits. Because we have Sloth and VIP twice and farm too, so we take one service. All right, great. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Oh, watch him pop, Ella. He's tired. You better go see the babies. Here we go.
Thank you.
You're looking for your bottle, aren't you?
All right, these are for the two littles.
Here,
And
right
close to
here.
each other, I'll make a video for you. These are for the two bigger ones, they're easier to feed. And each one, I'll make a video for you in there.
Okay, Ella.
This one is Phoebe, Rachel,
Ella.
Phoebe. You just hold this one over yourself and then put it down after they get their mouth out.
Upside down. Make sure. Back of his head goes with it. If I got this.
All right, and this is Ellen and you are? Ellen and Laura, all right. Hey guys, we're here at the baby kangaroo bottle feeding at Ocoee Riverside Farm. We're here today with Ella and Laura. Ella is feeding baby kangaroo Max. Laura is feeding baby kangaroo Ruby. The other two kangaroos in the room are Phoebe, who needs to stand up a little taller than that, and Rachel. Phoebe and Rachel are the youngest ones. Rachel is 8 months old. She's been out of the pouch for 1 month. Sorry, Phoebe is 8 months old. Been out of the pouch for 1 month. She weighs 6 pounds. Rachel is 9 months old. She's been out of the pouch for 2 months. She weighs 11 pounds. Max is 12 months old. He's been out of the pouch for 5 months. He weighs 28 pounds. Ruby is also 12 months old. She's been out of the pouch for 5 months. She weighs 28 3 pounds. Need to hold that higher up. She's like trying to get down under it, and she's going to be laying on the ground in a second here. It is August, no, it's September 1st, right? It is September 1st, 2025. We are at Ocoee Riverside Farm in Benton, Tennessee. Here we go. Welcome. Got a phone? What are your names? Caleb and Lindsay. Hey, y'all, we're here at Ocoee Riverside Farm in Benton, Tennessee. We're here with birthday boys Caleb and Lindsay. Lindsay is feeding baby kangaroo Phoebe. Caleb is feeding baby kangaroo Rachel. This is how fast baby kangaroos grow. Phoebe is 8 months old. She's been out of the pouch for 1 month. She weighs 6 pounds. Rachel is 9 months old. She's been out of the pouch for 2 months. She weighs 11 pounds. Max over here is 12 months old. He and Ruby both have been out of the pouch for 5 months. They both are 12 months old. Max weighs about 28 pounds. Ruby weighs about 22 pounds. You weigh these guys, I keep guessing. These are all red kangaroos, but the redness of a red kangaroo is a male hormone-driven trait. The females turn the bluish gray color that Ruby is right there. Males remain red throughout their lives unless they are neutered or very old. These guys are all on bottles. They start taking bottles when they're 7 months old. Here we feed them bottles all the way to 18 months old because that is how you get the friendliest kangaroos. Not many places do that because it's frightfully expensive, but we're really focused on having friendly kangaroos that love us. So that is how we do the kangaroos here. We are at Ocoee Riverside Farm in Benton, Tennessee. It's September 1st, 2025. There you go. This is Espalac synthetic milk. Yeah, and it's not the kind that you buy in the store. It's a different formula that we get shipped in, and we get it by 5-pound bags. And what it literally costs us to feed kangaroos about $50 per day per kangaroo. So it's a commitment. But we are out to grow a record-sized kangaroo here, and that would be 7 feet tall and 1 pounds. And you don't want that animal to be out to get injured because Oh, it was racist. Man, he's loaded. So you're saying? Oh, good. Nice. 19th of this month? Oh, good. We appreciate it. You,
That means you can eat for a minute longer.
you'd be surprised that we have people here from everywhere. Last week, no, yeah, this is Monday, so last week, I had one farm tour that I had Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, New Jersey, Texas, California, Philippines, Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee, all on one tour. And the day before that, I had 3 couples from Arizona who didn't know each other. This happened to all 3 being in Arizona at the same time on the same tour. And then 2 weeks ago, we had people who graduated high school together.
Oh, there you go. I'm gonna go get you the if we need sugar blood. If we have it, hopefully it came in. Did you hear about the kangaroo thing? Oh. Those bugs.
And we had a kid from Boston, and the 2 of them
The
could
black
not
bugs.
communicate. There had to be a translator because the 2 of them literally couldn't speak to each other, couldn't understand each other. And so we were kind of hard on this guy because he's just, oh my gosh, nobody could understand him.
Hey guys, welcome to Ocoee Riverside Farm. This is Flash. We're going to be doing a sloth encounter here in about 5 minutes. And as you guys continue to watch, we'll probably be rolling into the second part of the sloth encounter. That's where people actually hold the sloths. The second sloth that you'll see will either be Dash or Zoe. Again, we are located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. Come on out and give us a visit, and hope you're having a great Labor Day. Thanks.
You don't take full pictures of the skin.
Guys, we're not trying to leave you hanging around. We're looking for our 10 o'clock encounter, but right now you're getting to hang out with Flash. And Flash is our oldest adult male two-fingered sloth here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. So we don't actually hold Flash, but we can feed him and we pet him, and he hangs out with us, which we're always grateful to be able to do. Our other two sloths, Dash and Zoe, are the two that you can hold, and starting around 10:30, maybe a little bit later, that's when you'll be able to see people holding sloths. And if you were watching this morning on some of our other channels, we had baby kangaroo bottle feeding, and we had people bottle feeding Scottish Highland cows. So if you've ever wanted to do this, come on out. We have a little bit of openings for today. You can actually just come right onto the farm, go to the farm shop, and if there's anything available, Donna will help you sign up for day of encounter. So we have horseback rides, camel rides, farm tours, zebras. There is a lot to do here, guys. And we even have covered wagons that are right on the banks of the beautiful Ocoee River. And our website is ocoeeriversidefarm.com or shop.ocoeeriversidefarm.com. Come on out and see us. It's a beautiful day. Hope you've been having a great weekend.
I used to have those exact shoes. My Kangaroo chewed my laces off. Yeah, restroom right there. It says restroom on the door. 10 o'clock.
Awesome. Hey, I'm Kevin.
In there.
I'm Kevin. Kevin, I'm Sherry. Nice to meet you. Where y'all from?
Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, cool. Escape the heat.
Didn't you live in Augusta, Kevin?
Do what?
Didn't you live in Augusta?
No, I lived in Dawsonville.
Dawsonville.
Yeah.
Dawsonville from Dawson.
Not Augusta. Augusta's a little warm. How many gators you get down there? Yeah. Yeah. 1 year, like normally I do whitewater, and we couldn't go red waterfalls for our competition. So we paddled the Altamaha River all the way out to the coast. And it was like 120 miles in 2 days. We saw a lot of alligators. Do what?
Do a lot of portage?
No, not too mid because it was right after one of the hurricanes, so everything was open. You guys can, hey, how are you? You guys can go ahead and come on in. That's Flash that's hanging out right there above you.
Oh.
Sometimes people don't see him right away. And what we're going to do today is we're going to feed Flash and learn a little bit about him. So this is what you're going to be feeding him, which is sweet potatoes, squash. We'll do some zucchini too. And sometimes he's a little picky. It's not that he doesn't like you or anything. It's just sometimes he's like, I don't want it. But he did just use the bathroom. So
Well, yay, so this is the one time a week, huh?
what exactly? It was it was pretty massive.
Well, good, it's 30% of their body weight, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you've been listening.
I have been watching you, yeah, I'm excited.
All right.
Almost as excited to meet you as this one.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet. We like sweet people here.
Hey, bud, Flash.
So if he doesn't hang down right away, you can pet him and then he'll move around in a little bit. The reason that we have two-fingered or two-toed versus three-toed is the three-toed's diet can't really vary as much as the two-fingered or two-toed.
I feel like you're not hungry, Woody.
It might take him a minute.
Are you
Sometimes
not a morning person? Hi.
sometimes he's like, see how he's smelling it now?
Oh, it's over here, I promise. I'm short, sorry, you gotta work for it. You gotta work for it,
It's
buddy.
because he smells that rice. That's what it is.
Oh.
Somebody already let him smell it.
Ah.
Because if I can
I
smell
was
it,
wondering if they'd already eaten yet.
no, he hasn't
Ah.
eaten. It's the smell.
Oh.
So because they have such horrible vision, they have broad monochromacy.
So he wants the rice? They
Yeah,
like it?
he
Oh,
wants
okay.
the rice.
Gotcha. Hey, is that what you're wanting, buddy?
You smell that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna bring it down here.
Hi. Oh, that's a handsome boy.
I'm gonna let you hold it.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Hi.
And then you can continue to come down a little bit,
Hi.
and then he'll extend all the way down. It'll be a
so
good picture.
cool, so cool.
And he's not gonna hurt you. He's just
No.
holding on. He's like,
Hi.
there you go.
Oh,
Can
I'm
you
not
get a
worried
picture?
at all.
pretty gentle, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. It's sweet.
So they really don't have a scent, and part of the reason for that is they're trying to avoid detection. So when God cooked this guy up, he gave him a lot of weird things and a lot of good defenses.
Come on this side, baby, so you get his
There you
little
go.
fingers around my finger. That's so cute. Right there.
So sloths in the wild typically make it to 20 to 30 years old. And the reason they don't know exactly how old is no one's really monitored them from birth to the end. But sloths in captivity, there were 2 in Germany, Jan and Paula, and they made it to 52 and 54. And there was even one here in the States in the Smithsonian that made it to 49. Now China says that they have one that's like really old, but they also paint dogs and call them
I
pandas.
was
So
gonna say, trustworthy, yeah.
yeah, they really have painted animals, and they're like they're this, and you're like, I have a lot of faith, but that's stretching it, bud. So we're gonna go within the 50s. So even
Okay.
we even feel pretty good about that the sloths might outlive us. He'll take a break for a little bit.
Is it okay to put this in the bowl?
Yeah, totally fine.
Hi, I'm okay, you okay? Hi.
So when you pet them, try to use either like the back of your hand or just like flat palm, because if you do the cat scrunch thing, that's the one thing they don't really like. And everybody wants to do it because all of our other animals, you know, your cats, your dogs, you kind of scrunch on them.
Okay.
So do you guys get to rent your house out for the masters at least?
I mean, we could, but I'm a little weird like that. I don't want other people in my
Bunch
house.
of weird people in there. You'd be
Yeah.
like, find something weird like a year later. You're like, what is this? Yeah, I
You
can
have
hear
to
that.
do so many things too. Like they have so many rules depending on who you go
Oh.
through. Unless you just rent it on your own, you have to get all your personal belongings out of there. It's like a lot of work.
Oh, it's not just like Airbnb like
No,
that.
it's not.
Then you gotta go find some place to stay.
Yeah, and if you're into golf, then you're like, I don't want to actually leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get a picture of you. I go back. Oh.
I think my favorite golf movie is The Legend of Bagger Vance.
That's a good one.
That's a great movie. I was like, gosh.
So how long have you been here?
About 2 years. So I started because before then it was only open to lodging guests. So we would have a lot of people from different countries or very far away, and they had 2,500 people on Facebook, and that was it. And I said, well, I think we can fix this. And it's fun. I have an 8-year-old little daughter who just turned 9, and she loves hanging out with animals.
Oh yeah, it's
So
a
it's
great place to
pretty fun.
be. Yeah.
And I only live like 10 miles down the road, and any excuse not to drive into the city. I have a house in Red Bank, like Chattanooga, that I'm trying to sell, but I'm like, not a fan of the city. And I know Chattanooga's not a big city. But
Yeah. We stayed down in LJ this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, could you live down here? And I'm like, you forget, I was raised in Alaska. Like, this is my
Yeah.
area. I like country. I like less people. Yeah.
We're at in Alaska.
Fairbanks.
Okay. My grandparents had a house in Sloth.
Oh, that's a beautiful area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Much closer to the good fishing too.
They'd always be like, everybody comes up here to fish and everything. And I'm like, I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, LJ is pretty. We just went over to Gibbs Gardens yesterday.
Yeah, I've been there. Yep.
And walked through that because I was like, my girlfriend's grandmother has a pond that we're fixing into like kind of like a little campground, and so I'm always like looking for ideas.
Yeah, that's beautiful. There's a lot of stuff still in bloom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like some of the roses still were, and the roses aren't really on the map. Like you have to like, you've been there.
Yes.
You have to like go, okay, this
Yeah.
isn't really the trail, and people are like, we're lost. I'm like, no, we're not. We're going up on the ridge, and I'm pretty sure the roses are. You know how it's
Yes,
set up,
yeah.
yeah. I'm like, let's get off the paved trail.
Yeah.
But I think it's really pretty. It's amazing that they've done all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I grew up about 5 miles from there.
Oh, okay. We've traveled quite a bit though.
A little
Sounds
bit,
like,
little Guam, little Hawaii, some Costa Rica. So did you grow up in Alaska?
I did, yeah.
Well, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, brought her down to Georgia sight unseen.
Didn't know what I was getting into moving to the south. It's
Yeah.
a whole new animal.
Well, you know, people are still, most part, pretty friendly.
Most part.
Did it take you a while to get used to the difference of the light?
No, the light didn't bother me. It was just kind of sensory overload. You go from somewhere that doesn't have any interstates to how do I go anywhere and get home?
Yeah.
You know?
So I used to,
And the heat, the humidity, the bugs. Like,
I drove semis for a while, and I still like I'll prefer not to take the interstate.
yeah,
I'm
on everyday back roads kind of.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'll go to back roads. I was like, I know what they're doing in that truck, and they're not watching the road.
Right.
Another cool thing about Flash here, besides the 30% body weight that he loses, is when he does use the bathroom out in the wild, the sloth moth crawls up onto him, right? So in the wild, he's going to have between 100 to 200 bugs living all over him. And then when he goes back up in the tree, they're still all over him, and they're breeding and they're laying eggs. So when he grooms himself, he gets eggs as protein, but also he gets the bacteria off the fur. So that's actually how he processes his food. They process their food through a bacterial process. Humans use enzymes. So if you don't keep that bacteria culture going, or if it got too hot or too cold, it can make it not function correctly, and he can pass away with a full stomach of food, but no way to process it. Another thing they do is really, really cool, is they don't enter hibernation, nor do they enter torpor, but they can slow their metabolism down all the way to only 300 calories a day, which I'm pretty sure when I wake up, I burn 300 calories. So it's pretty impressive. And that is his area right there. It's a 2-story enclosure that goes all the way up. And then at the end of when you guys are doing the second part, like hanging out with either Zoe or Dash, when we go to open that up, you'll be able to see him go up in his area. And sometimes he
I
wants,
want to see him move.
yeah. And I think he moves like how I've seen Sloth move. Zoe is very like, I want a human, I want a human, I want a human. Like she wants to hang out with you, same way with Dash. But he acts more like a normal sloth. And he came to us from a facility in Ohio/Michigan, and he was only behind an enclosure. So it took John 2 years of just feeding him every day at 10 o'clock to get him used to this.
Oh, wow.
So he was never fed by hand, he wasn't like petted. So this is like a huge step for him, because a lot of people ask, well, why don't you hold Flash? He doesn't want to be held.
Well, and I love that. You shouldn't make an animal
Yeah.
that they don't want to do.
And some people are like, no, you're going to make it. I'm like,
No.
that's not going to work out well for anybody
Right.
at some point.
So how old is he?
7.
7.
Yeah.
So how do you, when you bring them into captivity and stuff, you talk about those moths and everything, especially, I mean, where do you get the moths? You gotta bring them with you, you gotta...
So here they don't have any of that.
Yeah.
So we monitor basically their poop. We're poopologists. So if it's too dry, we need to spool up the bacteria, which could mean fructose. If it's way too dry, we're still going to add fruit, right? Because we're trying to spin it in there. If it really gets out of whack, then you have to go with a probiotic. If that still doesn't work, then you go live culture. And then sometimes you can even do a fecal transfer, which is not fun. So kind of
That's
dry.
not, you use that to replace the moth stuff.
Exactly, because all of them have a live culture when they come to us from their moms, because that's how they get it started. But yeah, there's no moths here. You would not want to hold them or pet them. It would not be a fun experience. In the wild, they're even going to basically have a camouflage because the algae is growing over them. So they're going to have like a green hue. And part of the reason that like Costa Rica says that it's illegal to hold sloths is they have a good amount of locals who see sloths, and they see thousands of people getting off of cruise ships. And they go, I know exactly where this is, I can go get it and set up a roadside stand, charge each person $20 for 5 minutes, make a couple grand and be set. But what they do is they dip the sloth in bleach.
Oh.
That kills everything, makes the sloth clean.
Wow.
And so it doesn't have any bacteria, so the sloth usually only makes it 2 or 3 weeks after that because it's going to starve. And then people that,
Hey,
yeah,
you
you
good? Are you getting hungry?
can try to feed them another, either some little bit more rice you can put in that little red thing, or the
You want
sweet
to try a
corn.
piece of sweet potato? No? Maybe you still want rice? What do you think? Not interested in that.
I'm going to make sure we don't have any more green beans. Green beans are his
That's
second
the favorite.
favorite. Oh, make sure they're not slimy, Flash. He hates it when they're, you know, like if you leave veggies in for one like
Oh,
week.
yeah.
They get like a coating on them.
Some rice?
There you go.
Oh, here comes the green bean.
Hey, Flash.
Hi.
That's the thing you should go.
Oh, look at that.
You gotta give a little bit of effort. He is the definition of a sloth sometimes.
I'm so adorable.
Alright, and here's this one.
Okay,
That
now,
was good.
there we go. Here's the question. Want another one?
Flash, she's not that tall. Help her
I
out,
know,
bro.
help me, buddy. Thank you, thank you.
My girlfriend's 5'2", and my
Okay.
daughter's already like 5 foot, and she's 9, so she's always giving her a hard
Oh,
time.
yeah,
And I'm like,
that's rough.
come on.
Hi. Yeah, I might get that stool in here, huh? He's like, oh my God, no, go ahead, bud. I'll just give him one at a time. I was wondering, you know, something.
And when they're eating, they usually eat about 10% of their body weight every day.
Okay.
As he starts to kind of like trust it, then he'll start to hang down more.
So what, how much does he weigh?
He weighs 15 pounds.
Wow, well, you hold it very well.
Yeah, he's long and lean. Now Zoe, she definitely gets the eggplant shape after a while because her torso isn't as long, and she is not afraid to eat.
Yeah, thank you, you posed really well, good job, good job, that was good, thank you, Nick.
Another really cool thing that they have is all their internal organs are connected with a connective tissue, and that does a couple of different things. So when they're eating, especially upside down towards the end of their cycle, that's a lot of weight to be sitting on their lungs and everything else. So that connective tissue holds it in place, and their esophagus even goes down, around, and then loops back in, and it has a check valve. So they can't throw up. So it's really important that we feed them what they should be eating, because they don't have a way to clear out their system. Another thing that connective tissue does is it's attached to their 46 ribs. So they have 2 sets of 23. So they're armored from the inside. And they're gonna fall out of the tree probably once a week in the wild. And the reason for that is they're trying to get to the end of the branch to get the freshest leaves. It's usually good for them, but sometimes like the harpy eagle or the jaguar's trying to get them, right? And then when it gets the weight of both on there, it collapses. But with all those ribs and the connective tissue, they're fine after a big fall.
Okay.
So they're gonna take falls up to like 100 feet.
Whoa.
Another one?
And they-
100 feet,
yeah.
wow, that's crazy.
And even occasionally when they give birth, because they give birth in the trees, they try to give it basically upside down, but occasionally it's right side up, and sometimes the umbilical cord doesn't hold, and it's bungee time for the baby.
Wow.
And their mating is very brief also. Basically, the female elicits a loud sound, hey, come mate, they mate, that's it. There's no hanging out, there's no like,
No cuddling after, huh?
nothing. They don't even stay with each other.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. And then the females, they only make enough milk for on demand. And then the baby really only has it for like a week or two. So they really don't keep large deposits of milk on themselves like most other mammals. They are be quiet, don't cause a scene, don't let anybody see us. Like they are trying to keep it on the DL.
How'd you get involved with sloths?
Here?
Here?
Yeah, but it's also kind of funny. There's a place very similar to this in North Georgia, and it's my friends that own it, and we were all going to the same church together. And so when they were starting out, you know, when you're starting out a business, you don't have a lot, and but their cars would frequently break down, and my dad was the head of like research and development for a NASCAR team, so it's pretty easy for him to help them out.
Yeah.
And then he liked animals, so we were there, we all kayaked together, and so occasionally I send him like a question, I'm like, hey, what do you think? And then he'll give me an answer.
That's cool. The perspiration on his nose, is that normal?
I think it's a Pavlovian response because he does it every morning when he goes to eat. You know, like the ringing of the bell, the drooling.
Yeah.
Like he is
Mix it
like,
up a little bit? Hi. Yeah, hi. Hi.
because as soon as he's done eating, it dries back up. And when he's really hungry, he's doing a little bit this morning. He'll kind of go, like I'm about to eat. Like he knows I'm gonna eat about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I was hoping to get you early before you were already full. And you guys didn't have anybody yesterday either, right?
No, we don't do
Sundays?
encounters on Sundays.
Hi.
So you're pretty much self-taught?
Yeah, I like to read a lot
Yeah.
and educate and make it easier for other people. Like we're also working on like an animated series for kids.
Okay.
Take like a blend of Adventures in Odyssey, but mix it with some animals.
That's a little one. You get it? Oh, look, you get it.
But sometimes I have to go to sleep.
Okay, what about you getting another baby? Is
We
it
are.
here yet?
It is not here yet. The fourth baby will be Chloe, and she is coming to us from the same place where Dash and Zoe both came from. And that person has been breeding and raising and dealing with sloths for over 30 years. And his first sloth was a sloth that was injured that couldn't go back to the jungle. Because a lot of people see the videos, they watch 2 seconds of it, and they say, oh, put him back in the jungle.
Yeah.
The other 3 sloths were never in the jungle. They wouldn't have a clue. Just making sure you're focused for your picture.
It's sweet potato time. What do you think?
And if you guys want, I'll get a picture of both of you together.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah,
That'd
if
be
you want,
great.
you can take that rice again and kind of put it between the two of you,
Okay.
and it'll kind of hang down.
Okay.
Get it up to him so he can kind of get an idea.
Get a sniff of it?
There we go.
Hey.
Hang down, flash. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I want that.
I'm getting a button.
Yes, thank you. Hi. Wow, look at those big old feet.
All right, we got several hundred. I
Thank
think.
you.
You're
That's
welcome.
good. I'd rather have too many than-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And now you can just edit it anywhere. You can guys put yourself in a snowbank feeding a sloth, whatever.
Technology is crazy. isn't it?
Oh, it's. I use it to make a lot of things, and I'm like, there is no reality anymore now.
That's
Oh,
pretty much
yes.
it, yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to. I saw this video where someone was flipping a car, and I was like, I wonder if I can tell it to do this. I said, put me inside a car and show it flipping, and it made it in 30 seconds. And I was like,
Oh.
kids are gonna have too much fun with this.
Honestly, I was never even there. I don't know what that picture
Yeah,
Man.
100%.
So no idea when the baby's coming then?
Should be another week to 2 weeks.
Okay. And when I talked to Donna, she said she thought mid-August to the end of August, so I figured we
Mhm.
probably weren't hitting it just right, but that's okay, there's other babies, huh? And you, big old.
And Augusta's not too far.
It's not, no, it's beautiful up in this area.
Yeah.
So,
And the leaves will probably start to really change, probably another month, maybe a month and a half. But at least it's cooler now.
yes.
Like, it feels a lot better. We went over to Charlotte, because my girlfriend's a therapist, she had to go for continuing education. And we went to that zoo, just east of Charlotte. Great zoo, but it was 100 degrees, literally 100. So there was nobody there.
That's what I was
So,
gonna say, you didn't see any animals there. Probably
but we
fine.
lucked out with the giraffe because there was nobody in line. So normally it's like $100 to feed the giraffe. I was like, that's a great deal.
That's
But
what the
because
lettuce leaves?
yeah,
Yeah, then I,
but we had to do it for 30 minutes. And so
Oh,
my little
nice.
girl was like stoked because nobody was there. But man, it was hot.
Mhm.
It was, hello?
Hello?
Yes.
We're here for the sloth encounter, but we're also looking for a rester.
Okay, if you want, you can come around the sliding doors and I'll meet you out
Slide in?
front.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Big sack on that. Be right back, guys. Don't run away with the sloth.
yeah, okay.
You got some pictures, brother.
Okay. Probably not a lot of them are really good, but that's okay. Hey,
Oh, sorry.
you just startled them. It's okay. It's
I'm sorry.
okay. I think you got most of it, buddy. I think it's about all gone. You think so? Oh, we're going back up now.
Keep on your nose.
Back up. We're back up. Hi. I'm still here. Yeah, fine. Okay. on getaway now? Or are you just showing us a different view?
Well, sometimes he'll go to the very end and he'll sit there for a minute, and then sometimes he'll come back to this door. But we're getting pretty close to 10:30, so you guys are good to start holding this other sloth here in just a minute.
Cool.
They also can hold their breath for a ridiculously long time. Combine that with being swimmers.
Okay.
So-
That's what the point of that was.
Yeah, exactly. And there's been reports of around 30 minutes, which that seems a little bit excessive, but when you combine that with they can only burn 300 calories in a day.
You talked about they can slow down their metabolism.
Exactly. So I'm like, yes, either way, even if it's 20 minutes, 25 minutes, that's a ridiculously long
yeah.
time. And that's not their prime form of transportation, but obviously, you know, jungles get flooded and they have to be able to move around the jungle.
They don't go in there like for food or any kind
No.
of aquatic plants or anything.
I mean, if there was a grass down there, they might eat it, but
Yeah.
they're really about the leaves. And they really enjoy Sarcopia leaves, and that's the reason that you don't find very many three-fingered sloths in North America, because Sarcopia trees don't natively grow in North America. So when people try to bring up three-fingered sloths, it doesn't always go really well because their digestive system doesn't want to switch. But if you guys like guacamole,
Oh, yeah.
like the real kind, you can thank sloths for it, because giant sloths would eat whole avocados and then they would make tunnels because they're too big for trees, and then at the end of those tunnels you would find huge groves of avocado trees.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Thank
we can thank,
That's the seeds.
yeah, exactly.
Thank your ancestors, yeah.
And that's kind of like a monkey's role also. And the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of people look at them, they're like, it kind of looks like a monkey. And I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see that. But a monkey's role is to eat all those fruits and everything and just distribute the seeds throughout the jungle, right? And so sloths, the giant ones, that's what they were doing with the avocados. Now they'll eat some fruits, but it's not like a big majority of their diet. Do you
Try and give him another piece of something?
100%. And especially if there's any green beans, he's definitely usually into that.
No, I think we gave you all, but. You want one of these? You hungry still?
See how he's picky?
Yeah. I would eat that, buddy. That should
He's
be
like,
good.
and he'll get spoiled off the rice sometimes. He'll be like, I'm not doing it.
Different. You want this one? Yeah, that's still no.
Same.
Okay. Fine.
So to go back to fruit, we do give him fruit like once or twice a week, and he loves it. But we can't give him too much because fruit has fructose in it and it can spoil up the bacteria, right?
Oh, okay.
But they also put those fallow tracking bracelets on them and people can see where they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they had one in Costa Rica and they're like, how the heck is it moving this much? And what it was doing, it was riding on the banana clumps, right? That get attached to the zip lines.
That's
And so
hilarious.
it's like flying through the banana plantation, and they're like, how is this sloth moving? It was just catching a ride.
Just hanging around,
Their relaxed state,
He looks like he's getting sleepy. He's closing his eyes.
exactly, their relaxed state is clamped on, so they can easily go to sleep like that. That's the reason sometimes, even if they pass away in a tree, they won't fall.
Wow.
Because the relaxed state is like this. And you'll feel it when Zoe or Dash is holding you, because when we go to transfer, they have to actually think to release.
Oh.
Yeah, like us, like if we go limp, like we're not holding on to anything,
Yeah,
we're
right.
toast. Their relaxed is clamped down. Not hard,
Yeah.
and you'll feel the difference. Because they're looking at you as like a form of security and strength, almost like their tree, right? So if they hear something really loud, they kind of pull into you because
Okay.
they're like, am I safe? And then everything gets quiet and then they kind of relax a little bit. Alright, let me check on them
Okay.
and then
All right.
do you want to do the second part inside, outside?
Probably outside.
Okay. Do you have dash down? Do you want to take them outside?
I think we get to hold the baby. I mean, Zoe's cool too, but Dash is the baby. Do you want to tell me some more?
No.
I was like, rice in there, I think.
Yeah, I cooked some this morning. Is it ready? Should be.
He gave me the leftover rice.
Guys, this is Tatum. She's going to be doing the encounter with you outside with the baby sloth. She's just getting some food ready for you. I'm going to let the other people know we're about to start in here.
Take some food out with us.
Right.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Can we take a picture with you real quick before we go?
Sure.
Internet superstar.
I don't know about all that. Alright, so you want to get by flash?
Yeah.
Alright, here. Move this. And there we go. Does that work?
Yeah.
Jump on in here.
Alright.
No. Who has the longest arm? Hey,
Maybe me. We'll make it work.
probably you. Okay.
Let's see here. There we go. Let's see. Flash his face. There we go. Everybody smile. Say Augusta. Yeah. There we go.
Thank you.
You're
It
welcome.
was so nice to meet you.
Good to meet y'all. So glad that you came up.
Yes.
And we're going to be trying to get more and different fun animals, maybe even river otters soon.
Cool.
So we'll see.
Right on. Thank you.
And then, yeah, here's Tatum. Tatum's much nicer than me.
Oh, wow, we're in a treat. Thank you. I'm not so he's a better entertainer.
Are y'all ready?
No, I'm good.
How old is your iguana?
Very old. He's like 50. He's well past his prime. Yeah. And
That's
he's
his
very
prime.
chill. He's a cool guy, but we have a baby in the back, a yellow one.
Oh, cool.
But it's like, Willie, we can sit down. We're like, look, there's an iguana. If we set the other one down, it'd be like, there was an iguana. So, you got iguanas, it's a lot different. So that's Flash there behind you.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes people don't see him right away.
I didn't see him.
I know, it's okay. I'm gonna get a little bit of this rice. Let's see where she hid it from me. Oh, she did hide it big time. We're gonna get some fresh stuff for y'all. Where y'all from?
Afton, Tennessee.
Where's that?
Near Greenville.
Oh, okay.
Halfway between Greenville and Bristol.
Oh, gotcha. Well, it's pretty up there.
It is. It's pretty down here.
I'm trying not to burn my hand on this rice.
Does he know his name?
He
Or
does.
Is the boy?
It is. That's Flash, and he's 7 years old. I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit. I bought isn't Strawberry Plains up that way?
No.
Kind of, it's just south of Sevierville.
Yeah. I went up there and found a camper shell once for a Tacoma. That's the reason I know where it is. I was like, it was cool. So we're gonna let that rice cool down, and as soon as it cools down, then we'll start feeding them. But I'll go ahead and tell you guys some facts about Flash here. So Flash came to us from a facility in Ohio where he was never handled or fed or petted or anything. He was just behind a window. Just letting us know that it's done. There we go.
Good plan.
I'll just unplug it if it doesn't stop beeping, right?
Yep.
So he came to us from a facility in Ohio where he was always just behind glass and never interacted with. So it took John 2 years of just feeding him. See how he's turning, he smells it now.
Yeah.
Just 2 years of feeding him every day to get him used to it. But we don't hold Flash because he doesn't want to be held. But I think you guys are doing the VIP one, right?
Yeah.
So the second slot that you'll see, which will either be Zoe or Dash, those sloths have been held since birth. And so like they actually want to be held. And a lot of times you see people that are like, don't hold sloths, it's horrible for them. Yes, if it's a wild sloth, just like any other wild animal, like you go to hold a deer, it doesn't want to be held either.
Right,
Like
right.
Fluffy, your pet dog, if it was left in the dumpster for 6 years, it'd be like, don't hold me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing with sloths.
So, will he come down and let John hold it?
No, nobody holds
Nobody
them.
holds
Really?
him. Yeah.
No.
He'll just take food from you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he gets really close. Like the other day I was making a video and he's like kind of got his head there on me and like I'll even put rice. Like if he climbs on us, I would be super happy. But we're never going to force him because then you're going to have kind of an animal that is doing it against their will.
Yeah.
And then at any point they can just get mad about it. So that's the reason like Zoe and Dash, we're like, okay, it's totally okay for everybody to hold him, it's fine. But when you take an animal and you force them to do something, at any point they can go back and be like, now I don't want to do this,
Yeah.
and it's not going to be a good experience. Some places will even pull their teeth.
What?
Yep, and we would never do that, and we're not going to do that, but that's what we're dealing with when people
Yeah.
are doing silly things. Humans are weird, right?
Yeah.
So I'm putting this
They're
on.
always the problem.
a lot of the times. What's the problem here? Humans.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Do they sleep hanging upside down?
They can, but what they like to do is find like a nook of a tree. I'm gonna get them going, and then you can
Just kind of sit in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. And feel free to take as many pictures as you want. Yeah. So their relaxed state is clamped on. So normally if we're relaxed, our hands open up. When he relaxes, he's actually still holding on. Is he still thinking about it?
He's sleeping.
There you go. And you can kind of get it lower and even walk back this way and he'll just follow you.
So what is his defense mechanism?
Being very quiet.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
So if something attacked him, he would just play dead?
Well, if something gets up on him, he is going to kind of like try to swipe at them.
Okay.
Another defense that they have is they have 46 ribs, 2 sets of 23,
Oh, shit.
and all their internal organs are attached to each other and to the ribs with a connective tissue. And how that is a defense mechanism is they fall to the trees probably once a week. And the reason for that is predators jump on the same branch that they're on that supports them because they're out at the end of the branch trying to get the fresh leaf. Let's say a jaguar or a harpy eagle jumps on it. Now it's double the weight. Boom. Both of them fall. Harpy eagle probably fly away, right? He's going to survive the fall because of that connective tissue. So like when we get in a car wreck where we get the big injury is all our internal organs moving around, they don't get it.
Can they see?
So they have monorod-chromacy, which means that they kind of see in a bad version of those night vision goggles, black and white thing you see in the movies, right? So that's how he is seeing. He also has a very narrow field of vision, but he has great hearing and a great sense of smell. So sometimes when we're trying to encourage him to come out, we will just open a banana and blow on it, and he can smell it from 2 stories up. Yep. And he's like, smells like a banana.
How do you eat upside down, monster?
He was kind of going sideways for this time. We were joking around because my husband has a way with animals.
Yeah.
So the animals always go to him, and I'm the one that really wanted to do this, so I'm just like, they're probably all gonna go to you, and nobody's gonna come to me.
Aw,
I
that
know,
can be-
yeah, exactly. Look, here comes his hand. Oh my goodness.
So how they can eat upside down is periostalis,
Uh-huh.
which is basically just the muscles in your throat. So we could do the same thing, but our biggest problem would be once it starts to go down our esophagus, it kind of coming back up.
Yeah.
But what his does is his esophagus goes down around his stomach and then drops back into his stomach, and it has a check valve. So sloths can't throw up or burp or belch or any of that. So it's really important that they eat the correct things.
So rice, do they eat nuts?
No, not really nuts, but they will have,
Of course.
and you can put a little bit more on that if you want. They'll get a protein biscuit, and then he'll get a boiled egg every now and then that he loves, and then obviously a good amount of fruit like mango.
Soft stuff, like softer.
Yeah, and I mean he'll eat an apple, and we are gonna start giving him corn on the cob like sliced.
Oh, okay. Like this.
Well, not even that. No, just but in a thinner like a thinner slice. That way, it's not like a whole corn on the cob.
Okay.
Because I had actually seen a bunch of zoos doing it, and I asked the owners. I was like, "Can you please ask the sloth vet if this is okay before we do it?" And he said yes. Because I was like, it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. A sloth trying to eat corn on the cob. I was like, that's an easy video. I was like, come on. That and to vary up their diet, I was like, I like prime rib, but if I was eating it every day, I'd probably get sick of it, So.
Yeah, I run search and rescue dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Patrol dogs. And, we travel so much that all I get is a drag hill.
Right.
And I'm like, Bracket would suck after a while.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how good anything is if you're having it all the time.
It just isn't good.
Yeah. You're like, is there anything different? When I was in Guam, I would hang out with the dog trainers, and they were a fun time.
Mhm. Sorry, I was talking about.
Nobody's.
I know. You just held your hand. It was really cool. Now, how fast can they really move?
When we go to let him up, you'll see he can get to the top of that 2-story enclosure in like 10 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that slow.
And anytime you see them, see videos of them, it's like they're not moving very quick.
Yeah.
You know?
Where are they from? Indonesia or?
No, Central and South America.
Oh.
Yeah. Costa Rica, Brazil, Honduras.
You should see them in the roads all the time
Yeah.
and stuff.
And that's because what happened is the road cut a path in, and now they can't go tree to tree. So a lot of places, that's the reason they set up like those, almost like a zip line, you know, but basically it's a rope for them to cross the lines. So because their muscles are set up so different than ours, it's a lot quicker for them to pull in. Like you'll see, like if he gets kind of worried and he wants to pull himself up, he'll go up to that, like pull himself in a split second. But it's just the extension that is slow for him. So even when he climbs, like once he grabs something, he's like pulls himself very quick, and then he like slowly grabs back out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And the reason a lot of people try to now say two-toed or two-fingered, it's because they have rear limbs and then front limbs, right? It's not like they have 4 legs. So that's the reason people are trying to say fingered versus toed, because that's the biggest differentiator. Because whether it's a 2-fingered or a 3-fingered, they have the same number of digits on the back.
Okay.
The difference also with the 3-fingered.
What if they have the same number of digits, where they have different number of nails?
No. They have the same number of digits on the hindquarters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So both of them have 3 on the back, but the differentiator is the front limbs either have 2 or 3.
Okay.
Also, there's a little bit different with the spine and the cervical setup. The 3-finger kind of has that perpetual smile and that mask, and it'll rotate much more of just its neck. And then it has even 3 to 5 vertebrae extra past its, what would be on us, its coccyx. So when it goes down and uses the bathroom, it gets even more sloth muffs on it because it's getting its butt even more in that excrement pile. And that excrement pile serves a double duty of kind of acting as camouflage. So they've masked the smell, now they've masked the visual with all the algae, bacteria, and bugs. I don't know how they don't go crazy there, because I would lose my mind with 100 or 200 bugs crawling all over me.
I just did a search in North Georgia.
Yeah.
I had $200 for
We're at North Georgia.
Camping.
Oh yeah.
I almost lost my mind. I got
Yeah.
chigger bites
Oh,
everywhere.
yeah.
So I had to get that. Go underneath it, you can see his big head next to yours. Go to the same airline. Hi, guy.
So I grew my hair out as a competition with my daughter because I was like, you got your wavy hair for me. I've never had long hair until now. But now when I sit beside Flash or the Sloths, people are like, did you do that to match the Sloths? Because I was like, no, I didn't, but I could see it.
Yeah, you can totally say you did.
Yeah.
People be like, he's a sloth.
Yeah. Just don't want to get a switch from the Tiger King to the Sloth King. Like that's not a goal to achieve. Yeah, it's funny, whenever we go on the river, because I've guided kayaking and done some different things, every time we always have to help somebody. It doesn't matter if we're just for ourselves having fun or going with another trip.
I was a guide for wilderness on the Grand Canyon
Oh, there you go.
for years.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it's a good time out there. So I won a cancellation permit to the Grand Canyon 12 years ago. And so we self-guided the entire thing, self-support in kayaks.
Wow.
And You probably remember the rapid. I think maybe it's Surprise or something. It's like the first day and it's kind of like a bend in the river. And I was like, I was pretty confident. Most other people were pretty confident. And there was one other person that was like kind of class 3-ish. And like everybody else was like, oh, hole, just go sideways, it'll be fun. And I was like, oh, they're not going to see that hole. Because it was like in the middle of the book.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and it just got trounced. And luckily we had extra everything. But man, that was a fun trip. We did it all in 11 days.
I'm actually one of the very few people who have taken the ledge of lava,
Yeah?
stripped the entire back of my boat,
Mm-hmm.
about 11 people in the water. Because you know, you go down to scout it, right? And then you ferry back up,
Uh-huh.
and then pick your run. And I ferried up, motor quit.
Yeah.
Now it's
Oh,
getting
no.
sucked right in. So I got it to turn. I was able to turn it straight.
Yeah.
Just took the whole shot, and the whole boat. Boom, we got caught in hydraulics and stripped the whole back.
Oh.
It was a big J boat.
Yeah. See, I'm kind of weird. I got out to look at it and I said, can I at least see where the water's still going? Okay, I'm getting back in my boat and I'm just running. They're like, you're gonna run it without looking at it? I was like, I'm in my kayak by myself. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't look at it. I was like, it sounds too much.
I've swam every rapid in that river.
Yeah.
And it's just either on purpose or not.
Yeah.
We did everything but lava on those inflatable
Yeah.
life rafts.
Uh-huh.
You know, the not life rafts, but the
Yeah.
pool swim pads.
Yep. I was like, it's deep water theory out there. I was like, most things, I was like, if you go deep enough, you're gonna come out.
Yeah, hold your breath long enough, you'll
Yep.
the surface.
Have you seen the new series on Netflix, 100-Foot Wave? You should watch that. Because
Maybe
it,
this one anymore.
it makes me feel like I'm
100-foot.
kayak. Yeah, it's and it spans like 15 years of when they first started to go to surf Nazaré in Portugal,
Oh my gosh.
and like the cinematography and the telling of the story and like everybody growing up and seeing the filming change over 15 years. Like I get goosebumps watching it because like it's such a pure story. It's like I just want to surf the biggest waves.
Yeah.
If people want to come watch, great. But I'm doing this.
That's amazing.
It's a cool story.
Hi, guy. Look, he turned around. I didn't even see him turn around.
Oh yeah, no, he was scratching himself. He took his back leg and extended it out, and he was using his front right leg to get the piece of rice he had on his nose.
You can give him a little bit more rice if you'd like to.
You know what? Well, you do it, because we'll take it from you.
You do it. I want to get a picture of you doing it. He'll take it from you. This is your adventure. I think you vibrate weird, lady. Come here, monster.
And I was gonna take it from you and grab your arm again.
Come here, buddy. You want some rice?
He might be full.
So, when he goes up like that, it doesn't mean he's nervous.
Not nervous, but he's just like, I'm gonna stay in my space.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. And sometimes, like when people are petting them, we try to always advise to either pet with the back of the hand or just flat petting, because a lot of people do that
Yeah.
cat scrunch or dog scrunch thing, and they do not like that. And it's, even when you go to pet the baby, just keep your hand flat. But this irritates them. But to me, I find that very unusual because they would have bugs crawling all over.
Right.
So I think they're just used to like this, you
Like
know?
a soft.
Yeah, they
Like a
yeah.
crawl versus a.
Exactly. And everybody wants to do that, and I get it, but I'm like, if you do it, they're gonna be like, no, I'm not part of this.
Okay, so he's like fully extending down now.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean he's cool, or is it just?
Yeah, no, he's cool. He's never hostile. He's never even like been like, no, like move a hand towards anybody, none of that. All that he will do is he'll just kind of ball up for a minute and be like,
Can we pet?
oh yeah, 100%. Just use the back of your hand and just be really soft.
Alright guys, this first animal is a looking animal, not a
There you
big
go.
animal. It's gonna be in the handstand side around there, that'd be great.
Oh, it's very soft.
A lot of people ask what the hair feels like. I say it's directly between regular hair and beard hair.
Yeah.
My girlfriend and my daughter say that it's like troll doll hair.
Did you do the snake river?
Mm-mm.
That's a good one too.
I really wanted to do, because we would go up to Idaho a lot, to Brundage for snowboarding and stuff. And I was pretty much at the level that I wanted to do North Fork of the Payette and then go to the Stikine. And here, this is how much of a sandbagger this one guy was. I was like, we needed a couple more people for the trip, and so we put a thing out on like Boater Talk or whatever. And this guy was like, yeah, I think I'll be good. And I was like, well, let's have a phone call, because you kind of want to have a know before you go.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever been in a boat? And he goes through and he's like, well, I've done like this and this. And then he goes, and the Stikine. And I was like, so why don't you just say you're the best boater on the trip? Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. We're glad to have you. Hopefully you're not crazy. And it was great. The guy was a phenomenal athlete. He'd get up in the morning, run 5-10 miles, boat with us, be done, go run more. And I was like, all right.
Boatmen are not the most trustworthy people around. Alcohol or women, but usually they're the most
Competent.
well, I was gonna say the most humble.
Oh.
Because you always got your ass kicked.
Yeah.
You know, you're always gonna be that guy. Well, I should never do that again.
Yeah.
He likes to be Are they good? Like, do they groom themselves or?
Yeah, I mean, just with their claws though, like we haven't given him a bath ever. Zoe occasionally, like if she has a little accident on her bum or something, she gets a little wash off in the sink. But all the grooming is from themselves. So they are part of the group, or the super order of Zathorans. So it's them, the 3-banded armadillos, and the giant anteaters. So what that means is hinged spine, so they have the ability to fold themselves all the way up in a complete circle.
Wow.
So it's only those 3 mammals that can do it. Everybody else can get kind of close, but those guys will go all the way in the circle, along with the 3-banded armadillo and the giant anteater. Pretty good defense mechanism.
So where do you find all your staff in this place?
Most of the people are local. I was probably the only person that wasn't that local. And it's hard because there's not a lot of people here in the area, right? I think at some point we'll probably go to the zoo and I will just book all the encounters and see who can talk. You know how it is, like,
Yeah,
you're like,
I get it.
who's a good surgeon? Okay, well, let's go to this
Yeah.
conference here. Okay, well, you're really good at that. Can you train some other people?
Yeah.
Because it's, it's a little bit different than just saying it or knowing it, but being able to deliver it. And
Yeah. It's the same being a guide of any story.
yeah.
Do you guys do like educational stuff off-site or?
So we've started doing more off-site, but they have done it the inverse way of the people in North Georgia. So the people in North Georgia, when they started, they had no on-site facilities, and so they would only travel. So here, they've done it the opposite way. It was everybody come here, and now that we're getting so busy, it's like we're having to get more people, that way they can go and do different things. But we do a ton of field trips here, a lot. And it's good because a lot of them are coming from public schools, and so we're able to say, like, this camel doesn't have a tank in its hump. These are really weird blood cells and fat cells that absorb it. That's not evolution. God designed it that way. At least that's what we believe. People can believe the other way, and that's totally fine, but we want to at least say what we think happened.
It's just a weird animal, isn't it?
It is. And if you looked at just its skeleton and its teeth, you would think that it's the wildest, craziest animal out there.
Really?
Long, its teeth will be huge. They'll get this long.
Really?
Yeah. And its claws will be massive. So if you just looked at it, you'd be like, this is the scariest, craziest
It's a
monkey.
Tyrannosaurus
Right.
monkey.
Yeah, that's exactly what you would think. But then when you see its actual behavior, you're like, oh, that's not anything like what we thought. So that's the reason I think when we look at some of the dinosaur bones, we're like, oh yeah, we think it was this way. And I'm like, probably not.
I'm convinced the Tyrannosaurus Rex was actually a dragon.
Oh, I think that there were several versions of dragons, 100%. And the rhino could have been the unicorn.
Yeah.
Like when you read the description, it doesn't say that it had some crazy huge tail. It's like, no, tiny tail and huge set of horns. So I'm like, that's a rhino.
Does he like to get his stomach touched?
No.
I didn't think so.
And on any of them.
Yeah.
But what you can notice though is, do you see how his hair parts on his stomach?
Uh-huh.
That's because God knew they were going to be hanging out like that, and so that way it's designed to let the water flow off that direction, because that's how he's always going to be hanging out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Even on his inner arms.
Mm-hmm. It's set up totally different. And it, also with that sloth moth that is, that they're going to be finding out in the wild, they're depending on each other.
Yeah.
Like, if he wasn't coming down to give it the fertilizer and bring it back up, and then if they weren't getting the bacteria from that, like, it's a system that's been set up for them to survive.
Do they struggle in the wild? Like,
The biggest problem is habitat and people taking them out to try to make money.
Really?
Oh yeah. So Costa Rica has made it illegal to hold sloths.
oh, good.
And because they have locals that go, oh, there's a bunch of cruise ships. Oh,
Yeah.
I know where all these sloths are. I'm gonna go grab this sloth and let 3,000 people touch it for $5. I mean, they're just
Give it
doing
disease.
math in their hat. Well, it's not even just that. What they do is they dip it in bleach to kill everything. Because who wants to hold a sloth covered in stuff? Like, most people on cruise ships are not into that life. Like, they want it to be clean and everything, So the sloth really only makes it 2 or 3 weeks because they just killed off its biome.
Yeah.
And some places even, like I was saying, pull teeth. And so Costa Rica versus trying to police every little back road, and they're like, nope, can't do it.
It's like backyard breeding.
Exactly. And
So,
so
what's the penalty for?
they'll probably confiscate it, arrest them, give them a
Like a fine.
fine, because they're doing it for a financial incentive, right?
Yeah.
But people still try to grab them and then ship them to other places. They're like, oh, well, where'd you get that sloth? And I'm like, that sloth does not act like it was raised in captivity.
Yeah. And they don't ban them like they do parrots anymore.
There's so many, and people know where to go get the babies. Like, if you're local, it's like, if you're a local hunter, you're like, oh, where are all the deer hang out? Oh, they right over here.
Yeah.
I walk through the jungle every day. That's where they are.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, you're fine. I'll take this.
I just don't. When you don't think of on that line, like, but you're right. I know where all the deer are in my neighborhood.
Right.
House in every backyard breeder of dogs, and
Yeah.
I don't want to just set on fire.
So how'd you get into search and rescue?
It's a bad day.
Oh. You had to go rescue somebody? Then you got served?
Well, in the military, that's what I did.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
But I didn't use canines.
Yeah.
And then I saw them work these dogs, and I was like, that is just incredible.
Yeah.
And I have probably one of the best dogs in the field right now.
What kind of dog?
He's an Malinois, but he's super social. We brought him in from Belgium and from Holland, and when he championed there, and then they brought him in, and every trainer, every handler was this tall and female. So every bad habit was taken right out of him.
Yeah.
He's just a badass.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he does cadaver, he does cremation remains, he does live find, he does tracking trailing, he does apprehension, he does everything you could. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't ask him to do another thing.
Yeah.
Because he'll do it. And then it's like, well, now how do I work that into our training repertoire?
Right. You spend more time training than you would doing anything else.
That's all we do is train.
Yeah.
But,
He's super friendly. He loves people.
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Loves
saying. It's like,
kids, yeah.
we use him. I work for Sevier County EMS. I'm still a medic there.
Yeah.
And I work out of the fire department. So we use him for all
Yeah.
the promo and,
That's awesome.
PR work. But people just love him. He's just an amazing dog. And I had, it's what you said about going and recruiting people.
Yeah.
I got recruited into this group by accident. There happened to be a real world search, and they called and said, "Hey, can you bring your dog?" And I said, "Sure." And then I get a letter from the guy saying, "I've been praying to work with you, and
Yeah.
here it is." I was like, "Oh, now I feel bad, you know, because I was cursing the bug bites."
Is this his enclosure?
It is. And what we're gonna do though is when we get ready to hold Zoe or Dash, is we will hold right up underneath him and see if he just kind of wants to hang out while you guys are holding him, and it makes a cool photo. And sometimes he'll have another bite to eat.
Are his eyes buggy, or is it just my?
No, they definitely do stick out.
I wonder what's their field of vision. You said
Very
it was
narrow, yeah.
Wow.
Which doesn't make any sense, right? When you see how far they stick
Yeah.
out. But the monorod chromacy that they have,
Yeah.
you know, they're seen in that kind of black and white. Their eyes are just not the greatest. That's the reason a lot of times they close them. And they're using that sense of smell.
That's like our pigs. We've got 3 Vietnamese potbellies.
Yeah.
Big ones.
Yeah.
And they can't see for nothing, but they smell, they hear, they feel.
Yeah.
Don't forget a thing. They're so smart. It's unbelievable.
And they do hear really well. And when you're holding the baby, you'll be able to see his ears, but Flash doesn't like it if you mess with his. But he's just like any other animal that has long hair. He has ears, but they're just covered up. They're like right, I'm not gonna touch him. Right
Yeah, I
there.
see it.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
They're way in the back of that.
Yeah. And they are, the same size as ours relative to his size. So they're not like tiny.
Now, is he moving over to get in the breeze or to get out of it?
He's kind of wondering what we're doing and wondering if the door opening is going to happen now or...
It's like
He's
it's been
waiting.
30 minutes.
Yes. I'm sure he knows the
Oh, he does.
routine, yeah.
And he knows this sound.
Uh-oh.
He knows like that crinkle.
That's a
You want to feed him
special
another one?
Sure.
This was her adventure. She's been bugging me for a sloth adventure for
And you can feed him that one at a time.
5
Oh, one
years.
of them.
Yeah, I just do that so it takes him a little bit. There you go.
I'm just fascinated by them.
Sure.
I've never touched one before.
Right, guys, this one is an iguana. He's entirely friendly. I pick him up with gloves because he grabs.
I like when he hangs down.
Yeah.
And then let's see if he can show you the flexible
He
part.
loves to be petted. If you pet him like this, it's rough and bumpy. If you pet him here, it's like sandpaper or something. If you pet him here, it's like a purse or a wallet.
See how he turns all the way around? See how his hips are this way?
Yeah.
He's at least 18 years old. Beyond that, we don't know.
Yeah.
We got him 12 years ago when he was already 5 feet when they got him. It takes at least 6 years for him to reach 5 feet. Break him out of minimum 18 years old. They're in the wild and it's old for an iguana.
Yeah, I like it when he really gets into the green bean rhythm. He would be the world's best tree surgeon. Because when he climbs up those trees, like I've cut trees for a little bit, and how effortless he does it climbing up there, you're like, what?
I just had to come out and climb high trees. Cut 'em.
Yeah,
I was like, no thanks.
yeah. People are wondering about the world's dangerous job. I'm like, go up in a tree and top it. I was like, it is terrifying.
I don't think I could do it.
He does have some teeth on him.
Oh yeah. And they will get a lot bigger.
So how old do you think he is again?
He's 7. So the oldest sloth, the 2 oldest sloth in the world were in Germany, and it was Jan and Paula, and they made it to 52 and 54 years old.
And maybe run away instead of.
How's it going?
Good, I'm just ready whenever you are.
Okay.
Just letting you know. Just
Um,
see the pavilion, I guess.
I was just gonna, do you want to do it in here? We're gonna leave him down.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know who's calling me.
Sorry. Oh, we're out.
Yeah, hello, I can bring him in.
That'd be good. Thank you. Let's set these chairs so they'll hold okay. I'm gonna do it so you can get him in the shot too.
I'm ready for my close-up.
this back just in case we open the door.
He really loved those shredded.
Yeah, he likes
He
them.
wanted more.
When they're crispy, he's a fan.
Yeah.
As soon as they get a little old,
Yeah.
he knows. He knows 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't ever loan these guys out to other facilities. There was a sloth exhibition at Snake Farm in Texas,
Yeah.
and I think they were on loan.
It would take a lot of trust, and I don't yeah, because so many people are like, yeah, and then I'm like, dude, do you have any sloths? And they're like, well, I did, but then they died. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound good.
Oh, I'm sure.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
We don't trust anybody with our animals.
And it really is, because I mean, basically, if you can write a check, you can go get sloths, right? And some people that get them have the dollars, but not the cents.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, they really require their temperature to be between 75 to 80, and you have to monitor their poop all the time. And people are like, 75 to 80, that's not a problem.
She monitored their poop.
Yeah, because that's their biggest indicator of like how their digestive system is doing. So if they're like too runny, too hard, like you gotta immediately be changing the diet. And then you can probably imagine what our heating costs were when it was about 0 for a month and a half. And so cooling such a large area to 80 degrees,
Yeah.
you run through some money.
This is about your speed of a pet, sure.
Obviously, it's not completely albino because it's still.
All right. Do you want me to do it, or you got it? Okay.
He ate some, but not a whole bunch.
When you're talking about albino,
Hey, babe.
they look like they have pink skin and red eyes. They actually do not.
He's like, I want to rip your shoulder off, Tatum.
So they generally have no color at all.
He's like, where is
We'll do a thing where we let you try to feed them above you. So if you want to sit in the blue chair, I'm going to put this guy in your lap, and then you're going to get all kinds of attention. So when you're petting them, just long, slow pets. And then we have some food, same thing as Flash there. You ready?
Do they get along?
Well, they're always trying to like get shotgun before the other one, but not yet. They're fine. Zoe's the more interactive one. She'll be like, "What is going on?" And then you can kind of hold him up underneath his bum. There you go. And then here he's trying to mouth. So let's. I'm gonna put it in his hand. That way you can see. Yeah. And sir, you're welcome to help her out with that. Anything that you want. Yeah, they're very flexible, but sometimes how they do their head to get food is kind of confusing.
How old is this one?
He turned 1 about 2 weeks ago. So he's just now starting to lighten up. So before, probably about 6 months ago, his whole body was the color of his head.
Really?
So people would show up from all kinds of crazy different countries, but they would be wearing black. And they're like, take my picture. I'm like, you can't see what you're holding.
So what's the breeding capability of these guys in captivity?
I mean, it's just like the wild, but it's, it's only one, usually every couple years. They could do it once a year, but the gestation period is right under a year. But we're never going to force it here.
Right.
That's not our goal. And we wouldn't breed with Flash anyway because we're not as sure of his genetic background. Like if any of the sloths were to be bred, it would be like Zoe, Dash, or Chloe.
What would you be concerned about his genetic background?
Well, we don't know. We don't know where he came from. We don't know if there is any cross with them. But we know for a fact with the other 3 sloths, because the guy's been doing it for 30 years. That's when he started, and everything's been mapped out. He's like, this came from here, this is this genetic overlay. It's like getting a dog. You're like, well,
Right.
the 10 before him acted exactly this way.
Right.
You're not like, well, this one's fine. I wonder if they'll have like a breakdown when they're 6.
He's hugging me.
Mm-hmm.
You said you don't know about cross What would the?
Meaning like if they're had too similar of a parents,
Oh, okay.
like too far back. Don't want any inbreeding.
Yeah, Aegis is the last of his line. My dog.
Oh yeah.
Because breeding in Europe is not the most reputable.
Oh, it's not.
No,
Oh.
they tout it as such, but when you're buying police dogs and military dogs,
Huh.
so they're not going father to daughter that way. But if you go back in the line, like all of our dogs came from this one group,
Right.
and so then once they start turning all black, that's when they kill it.
Yeah.
So we neutered him, and he'll never get that.
Right.
But it's like, he's sold as a purebred Malinois, and I ran his wisdom panel.
Yeah.
He's just not. He's got Airedale, he's got other,
Yeah.
and that's just the way they do it. It's like, we need some size, throw an Airedale in there. We need some, throw this in there.
Yeah.
Chris is eating a little.
Who's a king? Hi, guy. Hi, little man.
Sorry.
My dad had a retriever that he went and got therapy certified. So he would take it to like hospitals and libraries, and definitely not a search and rescue dog, but had to do the test where you leave it at sit and stay in the middle of the mall and walk away, and it has this, and it was great. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, he'll do all that, and then he'll.
Well, your dog will do a lot more. Yeah.
But it's funny because some dogs just don't. I have, all the police dogs that I work with, I wouldn't trust them alone in a room,
Yeah.
in an empty warehouse.
The guy who trained that dog and a bunch of our other dogs is Mark Gaddis, and he's out of like Dawsonville, Georgia. But he works with some police dogs and stuff too. Like, he's phenomenal. So he used to work at the engine shop with us, like building NASCAR motors. But he's so good with animals that, that's what he's been doing the last 20 years. Is people just send their dogs to him, and he's always like, I can train any animal.
Right.
He goes, it's the people that are the problem. He's
100%.
like, they won't give him the same command. They'll be like, no, go sit down. He's like, you don't give a dog 20 commands.
There are people I feel that are dog whisperers.
Oh,
They
100%.
really, just like a horse whisperer
Yep.
or any other animal.
And I think a lot of it's like energy that you have.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It is 100% energy.
Like, some people walk in here and they're so excited. That you gotta get them slowed down. Because I'm like, that sloth is not gonna hang out with you if you act like you've done crap. So please slow it down.
Especially kids, I'm sure.
And so we had to stop letting kids hold Zoe because she was weighing the same as Flash. And so when her claws are right here, little kids are like, oh no, she's hurt me. And so they slunch forward more, which the sloth is hanging more. And I'm like, so how you're sitting is totally fine, but a lot of times the kids get nervous. And so we've just made the rule now, like if you're under a certain weight, you hold Dash. And that's not the reason you're holding Dash.
Sure.
You're fine. Your energy's good. We've actually been letting Zoe have a little bit of a break. But Dash is really nice and chill.
Such a dog.
We've actually even discussed, because my girlfriend is a therapist, she's taken my dog to therapy with her, because he's a lab, but a lab mutt, so he has like all the best qualities, it's just like, he's probably a codependent dog is what he is, because he's like, I want to see if you're okay, I want to be right here,
I love labs.
and he's just relaxed.
Does he dig though?
No.
Oh, really?
No, the only
I've never
thing,
met a lab that doesn't dig.
he is phenomenal.
So he wraps around you. It's so cute. And he goes.
If I got you a sloth, you calm down. You have no choice.
Okay, what? But I don't want any.
You don't want a sloth? That's so
No
weird.
more animals. We have
No
enough.
more?
We have donkeys, a longhorn steer that we moved from here from Texas.
Yeah,
So we brought, and all of our animals are rescues.
there you go.
We went up to San Angelo, Texas. There's a big donkey rescue up there called Peaceful Valley Donkey Rescue.
Mm-hmm.
And we were supposed to go up there for 2. He got a 4-horse trailer,
Oh,
so we came home with 4.
there you go.
And then word got out in our little town of Wimberley that we were donkey people. And the manager at our local bank got him and said, hey, I have elderly mom and dad, and they had how many? 6?
Yeah.
Oh,
And they couldn't take care of them anymore.
yeah.
So we had a friend up in San Angelo area with 150 acres, and they took all but one of the donkeys out of that pack.
Yeah.
And the one that we had, we took one, and she was pregnant. And she had a little foal a couple of days after Christmas. So she's still with us, but we just lost one of them, so we don't know what happened. We just, she went, we always take a head count in the morning, just to make sure. And we didn't see her. And we went up there looking for her. She had passed.
Shoulder.
Not really, like maybe 16 or
Oh,
17. So we don't know what happened.
She had fat neck and everything else going on. The
Yeah.
grass here doesn't support them.
It's really
So,
not good for
It's too high in
donkeys.
protein,
Yeah.
and then they'll build up these big fat reserves up here. But you know, she could have stepped in a hole, and there's a million
Anything
things she
could
could
happen. She
have
could have
done.
gotten hit by lightning. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, had I known she was suffering, I'd have put her down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of our zebras is pregnant, and we don't know if it's going to be a zonkey, zorse, zoni, or just a zebra.
oh my goodness.
Because they didn't say that it was that pregnant when we got it. So, but we're trying to get a zonkey. That's the reason some of the other donkeys are out there with the zebras.
You all have a llama out there that's spotted.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if it's boy or girl, but
Mhm.
whatever it is, it's beautiful.
it is. I think that's the one that's like supposedly a show llama. But
Ah.
when it smiles, you'll see that it has really, and that's the reason
My
they sold it,
gosh.
because they were like, well, this is a cool llama, but we can't show it because I guess they grade them on like teeth and everything else. Yeah, people get. I mean, you know, people want to show everything.
Alright, do you want to hold them?
No, you're fine. I mean, I wouldn't mind holding him, but you're doing a very good job.
Well, you take them.
Let's see what time we got here. We'll switch in 1 minute.
Okay.
The transfer is the probably the most stressful. And here it's not stressful, but the reason that we don't do the giant circle that you see and everybody touches the sloth for 5 seconds and all that is we feel that definitely overstimulates them. And that's the reason that we usually only have like 2 people in an encounter, because we're not trying to transfer. We're like, okay, you get this amount of time and this person gets this amount of time, because it's just the moving back and forth. Because as you can see, once she gets on you or he gets on you, they're totally fine.
Yeah. You calm down a lot.
Oh yeah.
You awake?
They sleep about 15 to 20 hours a day, so.
Do they imprint themselves on people? Like,
They definitely recognize voices. Like Zoe, she spent a lot of time on Donna. So if she hears Donna's voice, she's like, what's
she
going
knows, yeah.
on? Flash definitely knows John's voice. He knows mine and Tatum's. So a lot of times we'll come in and be like, hey, Flash. Because John has a pretty deep voice. So we try to kind of match the same tone and same rhythm. And I think that they can kind of pick up on like confidence. You know, if you're like, hey Sloth, come here. You're like, do you really want me to come there? You know, it's like a dog. You're like, come here. You're like, you want to have any like real come here in your voice? So, and I think that's how most people are.
When you pet on me,
Alright, we'll switch?
Alright, yep.
Alright, so I'm going to take him, and then we're going to let him sit in that chair too.
Okay.
So we're going to switch chairs.
You just wrap that up.
Give him just a second, he'll kind of think about it, and then he'll release.
It's crazy the way you just twisted.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, I'm into yoga.
I dated a yoga girl once.
I'm glad it wasn't the yoga guy.
Didn't work out.
And you can just hold it right up underneath his bum. There you go.
Like that. Now you got some cushion there. Not that you didn't have cushion in your knee, but. He's got some cushion.
So what else do you guys have planned today?
Nothing, we're
I'm
doing
gonna
the
go play
monkey
with
thing.
Georgie the monkey.
Yeah.
We're gonna go hang out with Georgie
That'll be
at
fun.
1 o'clock.
I've always wanted a monkey.
Well,
I don't think I do.
have you ever had a 2-year-old that was also an Olympic gymnast?
Yeah, it's in my truck.
That's exactly what it would be like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is Donna like a shorter
Mhm.
gal, was like typically over there at
Mhm.
the front? Okay, I think we met her
Yeah.
earlier. I was telling her we have an African gray parrot,
oh yeah.
and he is not, jumping around like a maniac, but he is smart and he's like a perpetual 3-year-old.
Yeah.
5-year-old mentality, 3-year-old personality.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what monkeys are. Like, sometimes it'll be like, no, I'm not going that way. Now you're going to
Yeah.
follow me across this field. And I'm like, we need a small trinket is what we need. It's like, we have a big one. Now we need a small one.
So there's the 2 people in the world I hate most are dog people and horse people. They're all full of shit. And they all have an opinion that means nothing to me.
Yeah.
And so, when you, I don't mean to disparage my own population, but when you live in Hillbillyville,
Yeah.
everybody's like, well, that's a cool dog. I want to get me a Malinois. You're like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't want one. I don't want one, and he's my best friend.
Yeah.
So, so when you say, you ever had a 3-year-old Olympic gymnast? Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I have. I also have,
Well, and he hurts himself all the time. He's perpetual, like accident prone.
like he dove through barbed wire last
Yeah.
night. Like, really, bro? He caught a scent, and he was like, I'm going for it. He looked back at me and was like, see ya. I was like, you're a dick. Because now I gotta get through the barbed wire
Yeah.
too. But, so, I get it. And when I was must have been like 14 or 15, this friend of mine had a Carpucci monkey,
Mm-hmm.
and his name was Harpo. And he was just the funniest thing in the world. And ever since I was like, when I get older and I have more money, I'm gonna get me a monkey. And now I don't want a monkey.
Yeah.
I'll go play with somebody else.
We've been together for 20 years, and he's like, I want a monkey. I'm like, absolutely not. It's like, but why? I'm like, we have so
People
many
go, I want a
animals.
Malinois. I'm like, do you really want a crack addict? Because that's what he is.
Yeah.
We've got 7 dogs, 15 cats,
It's a lot of cats.
African gray parrot. 3 are in the house, and then we have a temperature controlled outbuilding.
Yeah.
And we put this perfect fence around part of it,
Right.
where they can't get out.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pretty good life for feral cats.
Yeah.
Their life is not too shabby.
Sharon used to work the South Texas animal shelters.
I used to do a lot of rescuing.
Yeah.
It was bad news.
Spend a little time in.
It's not that we steal other people's
San Antonio?
cats. It's not that we steal other people's cats. These were all bound for the river.
I didn't think that. I was hoping not. I was hoping you guys weren't cat thieves.
No.
Well, there are
Sometimes they
those.
wonder, there's a farm down the road from us, and the guy has a bunch of just feral cats.
Yeah.
Sometimes they make their way down to our farm, but unfortunately, they get on the
Yeah.
road, they get hit a lot. Or we have a big pack of coyotes in our neighborhood. Nothing survives.
Yeah, if people don't start hunting the coyotes, those things are gonna,
Yeah,
they're gonna
bad.
explode.
Yep.
People are like, oh, I'm like,
They
it's
do
it's
hunt
gonna
them
be a
by
lot.
us. Yeah, they hunt them by us.
Oh, they do? Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
When I was a kid, they used to pay us $5 a tail.
Yeah,
That was, 1980 money.
that was good money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could drive all day on $5.
Mhm.
I just remember a little bit of it because I was born in '79, but I still remember like a couple times of seeing gas for under $1 and being like,
Yeah.
I remember when gas went over $1, they
Yeah.
right? And we said, oh, it'll never see $2.
Yeah. Well, when you just make up more money, everything's just more.
He's looking at you. I think he's listening to your voice. He's so cute. So he'll be the same size as Flash?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. It's like, hey, what about me?
Zoe weighs the same as him already.
Really?
But yeah. But she doesn't have as big a torso. So if Dash actually like keeps growing,
Big puppies.
oh yeah. He's pretty gentle, isn't he?
Yeah, very.
Like, people see his teeth and they get kind of worried, and I'm like, he's actually really gentle. I was like, as long as he can see what's going on.
He likes this.
If you could clicker train